All right, what's up, dude? Thank you for sending me over a video of your squats. Um, just for the sake of clarity, this is about 2.5 months in to coaching slash training, and we've gotten to a point now where we've taken the hyper supportive shoes off, and now we're doing all of your lower body exercises with bare feet. All right, so we don't expect to see perfection here. This again is going to be a next path of progress here that we're going to have to take in kind of re-strengthening and rebalancing the musculature and mechanics of your lower body, your ankles, your knees, your hips. And doing that is going to require a certain amount of, we'll call it remediation. So in any event, there are two things that immediately jump out at me for this video. I'm going to move through slowly, one of which is rather apparent in the mirror. The other one, if you pay attention to the right ankle here, particularly the right ankle, you could see it happen on the left side too. But right as you start to get a little bit too deep, and two is relative, all right, you see that right ankle pronate, and you see your arch smash right into the floor. Left side looks like that arch is already flat, but you can see the knees buckle, particularly the left knee. Right side, the ankle buckles. Okay, now there are possibly a few reasons why this is happening, each of which need their own assessment and would have their own remediation plan. But for right now, what I want to do, because I don't want to go too far into the weeds, this is probably what, week 2 or so of doing squats and lunges and deadlifts with bare feet. So let's take this one easy and small step at a time. What I really want you to do is, you can see it right there, I want you to limit your range of motion. Okay, we could address the fact that your hips aren't all the way back and that the weight on your foot is a little too far forward. I see that from another video. But what I want you to do here is, like, from rock bottom here to here, I want you to shit can this range of motion. Get rid of the bottom 5 or 6 inches or so. Pay attention. You could probably see it in the mirror. Once you see that ankle start to succumb to the stress and the forces of that weight and of that range of motion, and you see that foot begin to pronate, I want you to stop. And that looks to be about here. Okay, maybe a little bit higher than parallel, but that's the extent of the depth I want you to do for your squats. And then secondarily, we can see here in the mirror, we could also see it not in the mirror, but boy, that grip is a little wonky. So we can, yeah, right, we can see it here too on your backside a little bit. We can see it. Elbow looks to be a little bit far back. All right, internal rotator, subscap is probably a little bit tight there. And then here could also be a similar problem. Now, I know we have a few mechanical considerations that we have to make for your back. Some of those are apparent right there. But we really have to try to get that configuration symmetrical. Okay. So what can we do? I can tell you that the first thing we could try, pretty simple fix. I'd be interested to see if it works. What I want you to do is grab a hand towel, not a washcloth like a 10 by 10, but something a little bit bigger, a little bit longer. And what I want you to do is drape it over the bar, right about where your grip is typically. Okay, so towel is draped over the bar, and instead of holding onto the bar, I want you to hold onto the towel. All right, and what that's going to do is take some of the stress off of the internal rotators, subscapularis primarily, all right, and allow them to relax a little bit. Let the elbows hang a little bit naturally, a little bit more naturally underneath the bar, and hopefully that'll change that, because there's absolutely no doubt that, I mean, we can see it here too. You know what I mean? So this bar is a little bit off kilter, and we've certainly got to change that. So hand towel over the bar, grab the hand towel. You're gonna have to pull that bar into your traps to keep it there, because your hands aren't in direct control of the bar. It's not a game changer. It takes a little bit of getting used to. You'll be perfectly fine. But as far as my top two it is, man, the ankle pronation, over pronation. So we want to make sure we pay attention to the depth for the time being, and then to the grip width on that bar. All right, keep it going. You're doing a great job, and I will talk to you soon.